G'day guys, welcome to another Creator Cast. We're here with Mr. Danny Black from Where Is Danny Black, and we're also here with Benon from Gives a Minute. I was going to say something funny there, but we'll do that a bit later. So yeah, we've got this black screen. Scotty couldn't make it, unfortunately. He's gone off. He's unavailable during this particular session. So what we're going to do, if one of us isn't available, we're going to have creators come on as guest creators, and we're going to find out from them how they started, what they did, some of the problems that they've had, some of the really good things that have happened, how they've got their subscribers, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to reveal yourself, Mr. Creator.
Face reveal.
There he is. So this is Floyd. Floyd is part of Fogarty Avenue, which is an abandoned building exploration YouTube channel, I guess. They have recently hit, maybe in the last couple of months, 2,000 subscribers. Floyd is one of the guys. Les is the other one. I met them probably a year ago now, I guess, at an old abandoned housing estate, I guess you could call it. So, g'day, Floyd.
G'day.
Hey, Floyd, how are you?
G'day.
I'm going swimmingly.
Swimmingly. So you can probably see in the background of where Floyd is now, he's obsessed with trains, loves his trains, loves abandoned buildings and finding rare and cool stuff. So, yeah, Floyd, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started.
Well, Fogarty Avenue sort of started by chance for me because I'd known Les since we were both in year 7. So that was like, I don't know, about 7 years ago. And then what happened was I moved schools and we sort of fell out of contact for a bit. And then about 2 years ago, Les just hit me up randomly on Skype and said, hey, I'm about to go urbexing. Everyone else has ditched on me. Do you want to come? And I knew what urbexing was. And so I said, yeah, sure. And at that, when we met up, I learnt that he was starting a channel and he asked me if I wanted to join. So I said, yes, please, and went from there.
So polite.
And visited 4 abandoned places on that day.
Urban Exploring is Urbex. It's kind of like a group of people. It's a subculture of people that love to go and explore places that you normally wouldn't. I guess that's probably the best way to put it. And yeah, so how's the relationship been between you and Les? Have you had some fun times, some interesting times?
Yeah, definitely. We hit off right where we left off. And yeah, now that we've got a common interest, we've found other common interests that we didn't really know we had before. And yeah, it's just been good. We hang out a lot.
Floyd, how did you come up with your channel name?
So, funny story, the channel name was originally called LMCSX Urbex. And good luck if you can remember those set of letters, because I certainly couldn't. It was Les's idea to name it. Yeah, so the letters stood for Les, Max, Charlotte, Steph, and extravagant others. And then the card, obviously. So, and then what happened was Les stayed on, Max, Charlotte, and Steph all sort of either never turned up or just dropped out. And there was me, who was on there all the time. And plus the idea, I said from the beginning to Les that no one can remember those set of letters. We should come up with an actual name. And so he had the idea of having it still Urbex themed. So the name is the name of a real street, which is in Yarraville in Melbourne, and it is where one of Melbourne's most infamous abandoned buildings are, which is Brad Mill.
Hey,
so
Floyd, how old are you?
I'm almost 20 in a week.
Almost 20, okay. And how long have you been doing it for?
About 2 years.
2 years. Oh, man. That's really cool.
To give you an idea, Danny, this is the first time Danny has, I guess, seen Floyd or spoken to Floyd. He's just subscribed to Fogarty Avenue on YouTube, so you don't really know too much about him. With Benon, Floyd has been, I guess, commenting on some of your channels, and you've been doing something similar to that too.
Floyd, I just want to say thanks, man, for all your comments recently on my channel. I mean, obviously you've come across from Jay's channel to my channel now, so I really appreciate that, and it's nice to see. And yeah, I'm happy to have met you now through Skype. So thanks a lot, dude.
Yeah. And I just want to say with comments, before I started creating videos, I never used to comment on anyone's video. But now that I'm an actual creator, I understand how much a comment means. And so that's why I try to comment on every video. I try to find something to say, even if I think I've got nothing.
Absolutely. And, I couldn't agree with you more, dude. That's 100%
no,
right
wait,
way to be as a creator.
Can I touch on that as a small little topic? Now,
sure.
Because I know that Ben just might be commenting on my video just for the support. Like, should I write back something? Like, do we engage in a conversation on that, or is there like an unspoken bond? Like, I could just hit the love thing, saying thanks for, I'm glad that he did it.
Well,
or do I comment back?
I'll give you my tip on that. The love heart, so the little love thing, is a really, really good way to interact with your viewers. So there's no way on YouTube for me to send an email to a subscriber, right? You can't just pick a subscriber and say I want to email them. It doesn't happen. But you can hit the love heart, and what does that do? It sends a message back to that person through the email or through their notifications channel that this user has sent you a message of sorts. So that is like an email. That's a direct correspondence you're having with the subscriber. I think the love heart thing is really, really underrated. And I'm not saying you should love heart everything to send out messages all the time to people, but if you see a new channel name on your comment section, and maybe it's hard to find, you get so many comments, it's hard to filter through and see which is new. But if you notice a channel that you hadn't seen, a simple love heart lets them know that you are engaging with them. I think it's brilliant.
On that note, Les has recently decided to love heart all of the comments, he's decided as it's the way of him to say, I've read your comment.
No.
Yeah, that's I agree. I
disagree with it personally.
I thought it's almost like Facebook. When someone writes a comment, I hit like instead of having to reply to every single thing, because then you get into like 5 million different conversations with people, and instead of just hit that little like button, at least it shows, oh, I liked your comment, I saw it. I thought
But what you do there, by just by liking it, you end the conversation. Whereas if you put a comment, you engage the conversation. So I think that's the big difference. You see a new subscriber, give them a love heart to show them that you've seen that they're there, and it sends them a message to come back to your channel. That's what YouTube wants. They want you to stay on the channel. They don't want you to leave. So that brings them back. That's the interaction that YouTube then bumps up the algorithm. This channel's getting a lot more repeat offenders, repeat commenters, and that's when you engage them in chat, in conversation.
I might just cut in there too, being the host of this one. We'll continue on with Floyd here. I know we could talk for hours about love heart. It's such a touching thing for Ben on. But Floyd, I've noticed when you and Les go out, I think you do more photography and Les is doing the videography. Is that right? And yep.
Yes, that is right. We do occasionally switch up the roles, and for example, if I'm just visiting a place by myself, then I will usually prefer to shoot video, just so that the place is documented for the channel. But overall, Les prefers video and I prefer photography, and so that's generally the roles that we assume.
And then when you go to
worked out that's our system.
And then when you go to edit, are you sharing the edits? And how much influence do each of you have? Like, do you send does Les send you an edit before it goes live, and you ask him to do things, or give him some editing feedback? Because I can imagine, like, there's 4 of us with Scotty normally, and we're doing our own edits and we do it our way. But I can imagine having 2 people as influencers on one channel sometimes could get a little bit painful. You've both got your own ideas.
Yeah, well, we do share the editing, although I must say Les does the vast majority of it. I help out where I can, but often during the year I'm busy with uni and stuff, and so just oftentimes I can't help out at all. But I do edit where I can, and like before this conversation I was editing a video. And we do, generally what happens is with Les, he'll just ask me to check over the video once it's been put on private, and just make sure there's nothing particularly wrong with it. especially if it's railway related. He'll get me to check over all the facts and make sure they're all correct. But when I finish a video, I'm not, because I edit less than Les, I'm getting there, but I'm not quite up to the same scratch as Les. And so he'll come over to my place and we will roll through it together, and we'll stop it at any points where any of us feel something needs fixing, and either it'll get fixed or we'll discuss why we don't want that particular bit changed.
So it sounds like there's a lot of time spent doing the edits and the discussions, whereas I think with the four of us, we edit, we like it, we upload it, it's out there. And I know in the past, like for me, the edits these days take about an hour and a half. It used to take like 3 hours. And I know I've spoken to you in the past, and you say between you and Les, especially you had this Nilex Plastics Factory New Year's Eve fireworks special, let's call it that, from last year. And I think you told me it took you like 16 hours to edit, and between the two of you over the time. Is that right? Like sometimes you put a lot of effort into something that you're really passionate about?
Yeah, our videos are different to a lot of people because we go into a lot more detail in the place. Like if there's a switch on the wall which has some interesting markings, then we will go to that switch and document it. And so while UJ might spend half an hour or so in a place, the same place is likely going to take us 3 hours to film. And then, yeah, when we get to the editing, we've got a lot more footage to start with. And so, yeah, our edits take a lot longer, but we produce longer videos and end up with a lot more detail. And so, yeah.
Is that like because you're a historian as well? Like you're looking to document the history of whatever that switch might have been and where it came from? Is that what you're doing more than Jay?
Yeah, I'd say so. And so, yeah, our edits, almost all of them would take over 10 hours. 10 hours would be a short edit for us. They're usually about 15 hours long. A big one like Nilex, that took me about 30 hours.
Wow. That's massive. And so no daily vlogs from Fogarty Avenue.
No, we actually discussed where I said to Les, say we were both working full time, what's the maximum frequency you reckon we could put out a video? And we thought 2 a week.
Mm-hmm.
2 a week, enough. Maybe 3 a week if we were lucky.
What's your
how's your...
Yeah, go Danny.
Sorry, go Danny.
It's just what's your passion? Like, what's your motivation? Like, what brought you to this on YouTube and making these kind of videos?
I'd always been sort of interested in YouTube, but never really thought of something to make a channel about that I liked. And then it just so happened that Les was starting a YouTube channel and asked me if I wanted to join, and so that's sort of how I got into it.
How did you meet Jay Boston's channel? Like, how did you stumble upon Jay, and was that a channel that you met and then you met the guy, or how did that relationship evolve?
Yeah, so I mean, you watch the videos on YouTube that you're interested in. So both Les and I were interested in Urbex, and so Jay was one of the few other Urbex creators who were making videos in Melbourne. And so, yeah, we messaged Jay one day and just said, hey, do you want to meet up for a collab? And so, yeah, we visited, I think, 4 trashed houses near Southland.
Yeah. So that's how easy it was. You were watching his stuff and you went, let's just make a message to him and hang out with the dude. That's all it was?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And from there we've sort of hit up on other occasions.
Cool. Yeah, isn't that great where YouTube just brings people together like that? It's awesome.
Yeah. And I think throughout the time that we've been either collaborating or commenting on each other's videos and stuff, like I know Floyd's very passionate about maintaining secrecy in some of the locations, and he's pulled me up on a couple of those, which is great. And over time,
I've seen a few of those comments, Floyd, on from yourself to Jay, like, hey, yes. Smarten up. This was a secret, now it's not, kind of thing. Is there much animosity between urbexers like that? Because I'm not an urbexer. I'm new to this whole thing, but
yeah. Well, I should point out what the reason behind the secrecy is. We keep places secret so that they don't get trashed. because if it's not kept a secret, then, I mean, we call them agbexes. I mean, that's just...
Sorry, you dropped off just for a second.
Few times for
What do you call it?
Sorry, Floyd. What did you call it?
Oh, we call sort of vandals and that sort of thing fagbexes. That's our word that we made up, and we have had a few people say that's...
Did you say fag? Like
No,
F-A-G?
Yeah.
Fag? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
No,
Now, let me just explain myself.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm waiting.
So, yeah, we have been notified a few times that the word is potentially homophobic, and obviously Les and I have got nothing against gay people or anything like that, but it was just sort of a word that we made up, and we're very much open to suggestions, but we just haven't found a good alternative. Really?
Okay. So fagbexing, that's a strange one. So it is...
Yeah, with all this marriage equality stuff going on at the moment, it's a delicate topic, I guess.
You've dropped that now? Is that what you're saying? You don't refer to it that way anymore, or are you...
No, we still do, but we're saying we're open for suggestions for a new word, because we'd like to move away from it, but we just don't have anything else, because it's a more encompassing word than just vandal. We feel, you sort of got to be a subscriber to the channel to get the full meaning, but it's essence, it's vandal.
All right, if you want to know what fagbexing is, go and subscribe to Fogarty Avenue. I'm perplexed. I'm confused.
Don't Google search it with safe search off though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I'll get back to the reason for my secrecy. The thing is that vandals want to find places to trash, and they're usually not very good at finding places. And so if we keep the place a secret, and we will vary the level of secrecy depending on sort of how badly trashed the place is, and if it's been demolished, then we're happy to reveal it. But yeah, it's not like I found this and therefore you should find it. It's more of we would like you to visit, but we don't want anyone to trash it, and so keeping the place a secret is the only way to sort of prevent trashing.
Absolutely. And I think just getting back to the creator side of what you do. So when you upload, you probably schedule it so it goes out at midnight. You're not just waiting there to upload. What kind of things do you do to your videos to maximize viewership?
Well, we do try to keep the length of the video down as much as we can, but it's just the nature of our videos are that they go for a while. But then in terms of like everything else, we figure out tags to put in that we think will be good for the video, find a good title, write a decent description. And then, once we are all happy with it, then that's when we schedule it.
Perfect. I think that's just the common way people do things too. And I think commenting on like what you do, commenting on other urban explorers, or even Benen's channel will, and if it's a decent comment, people will go, "Who is this guy?" And they'll go and have a look at your channel and subscribe that way too. So I think not only do you upload, you also have to comment. You have to share the love, as Benen would put it. All over YouTube, so that it is a community. You are giving back as much as you're I guess taking at the same time too.
That promotes engagement, which is what they want.
Any future plans for Fogarty Avenue?
Oh well, just to sort of visit more places and try and keep the frequency up to once a week.
Sounds good to me. Anyone else got any questions before we wrap this up?
I do.
Floyd?
Floyd, what do you think of CreatorCast? I know that you are on the group, obviously, because that's how you found the post. But what do you think of this whole experiment that we have going on here?
I like it. I mean, I was a subscriber of CreatorCast from day one. I think I found out about it from Jay, but obviously I follow Scott and Benon, and so
that's a good point too. Like,
as well.
I think you naturally found Scott through Abandoned Buildings because he's another urban explorer, and I think you've both gone on collaborations too, from what Scott's been saying.
We were going to. We had a collaboration planned for like last weekend, but Scott couldn't make it due to his wife organising some other plans or something. But I did meet up with his mate Matt from Panda Explorers.
Oh, Panda, yep.
Yeah.
What a lovely chap Panda is too, just putting that out there.
Why do Australians say pander when it's panda? Like they put an R at the end of an A, and then they take the R's away from
panda.
That is a topic for discussion, which I wouldn't mind bringing up on CreatorCast. I'm confused with how to speak correctly because I'm hearing so much and I'm being influenced by so many other people. I struggle with certain words. But yeah, I'd love to discuss that at one point. Another time.
Okay, no drama.
Well, thank you for being a subscriber to CreatorCast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks for on board at such a quick notice. And if anyone is interested in becoming a creator, what would you call it? What are we going to call them?
CreatorCast Nation host, special guests.
Yeah, guests. CreatorCast guests. Let's call it that. I can see your light. It looks like ET's coming from. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks Floyd for coming along. If anyone is interested in becoming part of CreatorCast, let us know on Facebook. Our Facebook group post is probably the best place to do it. And if any of us aren't available for our scheduled meetups, normally it's a Tuesday night or a Thursday night or a Saturday during the day. Chuck it down and become a part of something bigger than what you currently might be.
And share. Let's let this thing grow. It's doing good. I like it. It's good.
We're going to get Cher on the program? She's not a creator.
Yeah. You wouldn't like that, Cher, because she believes in love after love. Floyd, you'll get that on the next episode.
We're back to another episode.
Yeah, one of the next episodes, you'll figure out what that's all about. But again, thanks Floyd. And
Floyd, sorry, Jay, you're the host. Calm down, Benon. Calm down. He's hosting, not you.
We might try and get Les on and see if there's a difference between two creators doing the one channel. That might be quite interesting. So see if Les is up for it. He's absolutely crazy.
Les came.
Is he? Okay.
Oh yeah, he was telling me the other day he wants to be on CreatorCast.
Fantastic. Cool. All right, we'll get him on board.
Sweet.
All right, thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Take your invisible headphones off.
That's coming off. That's coming off.